Hey everybody, I'm back. It's been a long time, so I thought I first should explain what I've been up to. Uh, I haven't. I took a little bit of a break, but also it was partially just due to frustration. Um, Legacy's in a little bit of a weird spot since the bannings. I think the main thing is that the bans didn't really do enough. Like, I mean, Eldrazi's gone more or less, which is nice. I don't think many people are missing Sowing Micah Spawn, but Reanimator has suffered basically no losses from um, the banning of Troll of Khazad-dûm, and in fact, it feels stronger because instead of reanimating a unblockable 6/5, they just have a more fleshed out tempo game plan where they have main deck Tameo, Bowmasters, Murktide, and sometimes even Baragoyf. So you can kind of just get run over by beatdown, but also they can just entomb reanimate on turn two, and so it generally feels stronger to me. And the only real cost to losing Troll is that they have to play like two more lands, if that, and like one last Wasteland. It's like, okay, big deal. They play fewer Animate Deads, which I guess it means it does make dealing them damage more relevant since they're less likely to be able to reanimate uh, bigger stuff if their life total is lower. But I don't know. It just doesn't feel like that big a deal. Um, so I was testing a bunch of different stuff. Uh, the card that I've been interested in is Impulsive Pilferer. I wrote an article about it on Patreon. So 1/1 for one. When it dies, create a treasure token, and then you can encore it, which means basically exile. You activate the ability, and you create a copy from your graveyard that has to attack and then dies in a turn. So a little bit of extra value. And basically, the idea of it is that it is a one drop that you want to throw with Bombardiers, which is something the deck has been sort of missing, where you'd go like turn one of your one drops, and then Tomb Bomba, and then like you don't want to throw Lackey, you don't want to throw Prospector, you don't really want to throw Vial. And so if your opponent played like a turn one Tameo, you'd be kind of forced to throw one of your one drops to kill the Tameo, but that would kind of leave you a little bit behind. So something that generated material from dying had appeal. Now, obviously, this is like a pretty weak card on its own. It's good with Prospector as well. It's good with Sling Gang, good with Bombardiers, but obviously, yeah, doesn't do a whole lot by itself. But our one drops don't need to do that much by themselves. Scarf Prospector has the same problem. So this is working for me for a while, and then I wanted to try into pivoting to a more controlling style, and I actually went back to Rishadenport and I cut the House Squad heavies, and I was playing uh, essentially essentially this. I liked having more toolbox goblins. I had Mass Vandal and Crater Maker for the Stifle Nut players I kept running into. I had Rashad Ports to slow the game down and beat up some of the combo decks, actually. I was actually pretty impressed with Port against combo. But the issue was, it was specifically Sneak and Show. There was a lot of Show and Tell for a little while, and Port is still very good against Show and Tell. But then this kind of stopped working for reasons that weren't entirely clear. I think part of it is it was you know, as you add toolbox cards, you have more cards that don't always trade. Um, so like if you draw your Mass Vandal in matchups where it doesn't have targets, it's just a 1/3, and so the only way it's going to convert into a card is if you throw it with Bombardiers, which like does happen. Like Goblins is good at using random bodies, um, but the ceiling just isn't that high in those situations. Um, and so I liked a lot of this in theory, but it felt like it stopped working to me, and it's still not entirely clear why to me. But still, the issue of one mana spells, it's like we can't play. I started playing two Pilferers, and then I went to one, And this seems right in terms of the number of like threats, like proactive plays. Well, I say proactive plays, but like, um, I guess calling Impulsive Pilferer is a threat isn't exactly right, but you kind of get what I mean. Um, like this is good, but I still want more one mana stuff. And so I had this idea. It's like, okay, Rashad Port and Ancient Tomb both are good, but not always. So what if I simplified the mana base, went straight red black, like really like I got basic swamp. I've got 7 fetches. Um, I even cut a Cavern Souls. So I have a lot of black sources. And then I played 4 discard spells, which interestingly I'm mirroring two other decks. So Cradle Control, also Cat's Cradle now, which I think is a better name. Plays main deck Thoughtseizes now, and D&T now plays main deck Thoughtseizes. And I think as much as I hate Thoughtseize, like I typically find it doesn't do that much to slow down combo. I think it's sort of pretty overrated versus combo. Like the number of games I've seen against like Oops where a D&T player will Thoughtseize them and then like die literally next turn. Like it just doesn't do anything. Is pretty high. So like I'm not that high on Thoughtseize as anti-combo tool. But there are quite a lot of cards that are way harder to deal with on board than in the hand. And so Thoughtseize is an efficient way to trade with things that are otherwise sort of untradeable, especially early on. So examples with that would be the One Ring. Like even if you Mass Vandal it, they're going to be up a card. The other examples would be like so Tamiyo on turn 1. You know, if you get to Thoughtseize the Tamiyo on turn 1, that's like probably that's like kind of like a 3-for-1 because the Tamiyo usually gets to attack twice before you can kill it. The hand information I've found is actually quite useful. I've actually been a little bit surprised. Bowmasters is another big one. So this deck has like a lot of Bowmaster targets. So we'll get to the Moria Marauders in a sec, but that's like part of it. So obviously, like all of my 1-drops and all my 2-drops died of Bowmaster. And so I want to be able to go like turn Vial, turn 2, Thoughtseize you, take your Bowmasters kind of thing. Or turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Moria Marauder. So yeah, that's basically the thinking. Lots of, and Thoughtseize is good against Sneak and Show still. Makes your Rebs and Flutes a little bit better. Makes Flute better, especially, because then you get the hand information of what to name. The rest of the deck, so the Moria Marauders, I really like in theory because they give you a way to dig towards your Thoughtseizes. So something that I think is important about the way this deck is built is that most of the hate cards are permanents. The only real exception is the Fairy Macabres, which like can be a permanent, but you know, not usually for the reason you want, and the Pyrokineses and the Pyroblasts. So you can dig pretty deep with your Marauder. So I should read Marauder. So it's red. And, you know, red's not free when I have a basic swamp in my deck, but I still have 17 red sources, so more than usual. 1/1 double strike. Whenever a goblin or orc deals common damage to a player, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. So this card snowballs really quickly. Basically, I found it exceptional against Delver decks, where a lot of stuff gets traded off, and the board is usually like either both players are attacking or nobody has anything. And so if Marauder puts you up like 1 or 2 cards in the mid game, it just kind of snowballs from there. Like even if they kill the Marauder after that, and it notably is a way to dig towards your non-goblin cards. So it's not just like Ringleader and Hordemaster. I really like Marauder. I put it down in the past because Bowmasters is quite good against it, and also Tamiyo is really good against it because it's 1/1 double strike. It's possible that because of that, these should just be Battlecry Goblins to generate a little bit of value and just focus more on damage. I would prefer if Marauder could stick in the deck, though, because I think it's a better card for my strategy. This is like a super Jundy Goblins. So again, so these are ways to 1-for-1. So lackey 1-for-1s. So Pilfer and Prospector don't always 1-for-1. Sometimes they do. Pilfer, I mean, the fact that you can recur it means that, you know, it does the job decent amount of time. Hordemaster often goes up card. Expert. Now, Expert can be a little feast or famine where, like, you just don't have any goblins in play, and so it doesn't trade with anything. But then whenever you do kill something with it, you're going up material. So Molten Collapse is a 1-for-1, sometimes a 2-for-1. More Marauder, 1-for-1 or more. Bombardiers kind of puts you down material, but you're trading, so, you know. Matron goes up, Ringleader goes up, Sling Gang goes up, Muxus obviously goes up. So the whole idea is to trade up. And then the sideboard, I've kind of given up on trying to Leyline Oops. Because they're just... it just sucks. Oops sucks. I think everybody's tired of Oops. So I'm just like, I'm just not gonna... If I run into Oops, I'll lose, whatever. I'm gonna try to beat Reanimator, because I would rather consistently beat Reanimator than sometimes beat Oops. So I'm 1-1 or 1-0 in this league right now. I'm probably gonna play 2 leagues today. So all right, let's go. Okay. Sounds a little scary because we're really bad against a THOUGHTSEIZE or a Wasteland. You know, only 2. This is like only 2 castable spells, but if I draw a land, it's like pretty good. Any land makes it good. Vial makes it good. Lackey actually makes it good because then I can go THOUGHTSEIZE into Lackey Wasteland. This is a sketchy keep. Sketchy keep. Could easily go super bad. Like if they Wasteland me. Okay, they don't have Wasteland. Ponder, Murktide. Or one Murktide. Interesting. I guess I take the Murktide. This is Bug Beans. I'm not too worried about Rakshas's Bargain, because as long as I'm functioning, I should be able to put enough pressure on that these are like really prohibitive to cast. Okay, didn't shuffle land. Though a double red spell is one of the worst draws I could have. THOUGHTSEIZE, that would be good for me. If it'll push, okay. Okay, I'm not drawing that Ringleader, that's good. Alright, this is going to be the turn. This is the determining factor, is whether or not I draw a land here. Shit. Alright, I think I just lost, but we'll do this. Maybe I'm supposed to hit green there? I don't know. Okay. Alright, don't care about THOUGHTSEIZE. Can't cast anything anyway. So I would really love a Cavern of Souls. So the risk is not paying off, which is unfortunate, because if I was able to play Marauder last turn, I think we would probably win. I mean, sure, but bad Unless opponent has nothing to do other than cast Rakshas's Bargain. Which seems unlikely. Especially after brainstorming. Maybe they brainstorm into beanstalks and just get stuck. Also unlikely. Feels probably Murktide. Not Murktide. Ooh. They're looking for... So they need a THOUGHTSEIZE or another push. I guess a Murderous Cut. Vile. Moment of Truth. Do you got a Fatal Push? You don't. Holy cow. That's so lucky. Oh wow. Boggart off of that is crazy. Well, absolutely stole this one. You really don't expect the turn 4 Lackey to just get through uncontested like that. Wow. That's really lucky. Oh man. That's crazy. We only had 2 lands in the top, like, how many cards? Like 20 cards? Alright, that was pretty lucky. So, Bug Beans. I think we want these. I don't really want Ghost Vacuum because it's so bad against Witherbloom Command, but do I want Molten Collapse? Molten Collapse is good against Tameo. Good against, I mean, it kills Murktide. I wouldn't say it's good against Murktide. I gotta figure out what I want to cut. Probably this and some lackeys. 25. That's a lot of cards. My Goblin count is 23. That's kind of heinous, huh? Probably can't do that. Let's cut the Collapse. Yeah, I don't like how low the Goblin count is, huh? Actually, I'm going to keep Skirk over Pilferer. I definitely want Bowmasters because it's good against Beanstalk. Maybe it is just this and I just have a low Goblin count. We'll just... I don't know. It doesn't seem like particularly coherent. It's a good hand. Expert is like pretty hit or miss in this matchup because of like they don't play many creatures, but it can be important against Baragorth, which they definitely have. So you want to draw like 1 Expert. Okay. Ooh, no Beanstalk. If Bug Beans doesn't play Beanstalk on turn 2, it's like pretty big. All right, land was not the best draws. I mean, we do have the ultimate mana sink in our hand, but he's gonna Bowmaster? No, okay. Just sitting still can be effective against Bug Beans because they really want to put stuff in the graveyard so that they fuel their delve spells. I want a Reb for Rakshas's Bargain. That is probably going to happen. So Surveil, Cabal Therapy. That's interesting. I mean, it's sort of value to just like put it in the graveyard because you can flash it back, but I, 'cause you can flash it back, but... 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 I, 'cause you can fla That's interesting. I think I'm going to keep it. Do I think they would just name... I'm just going to name Rakshas's Bargain. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Pernicious Deed is scary. I guess I kind of have to take that. Even though I'd like to take Murktide. Maybe we'll draw something. Murktide's not that big. Magus of the Moon, no! That would have been so good. Well, they could... Well, no, off the vial would be insane. Okay, let's take Pernicious Steed. Okay, so their hand is... those 4. Alright. So I suppose my plan is just wait for Vial to tick up and put this Muxus in. So I'm going to cast a 4/4 Murktide. And have Beb up. And Magus probably would have won the game, unfortunately. I do have some time, though. Okay. Okay. So I need them to tap out, which is going to be tricky. Or I have to get them to spend Blue Elemental Blast on something else. Okay. So I need 3 turns. Oh, that works. Oh, no, play my land. Play my land. I have a 6-drop in my hand, and I should play my 5th land. Honestly, I mean, if I draw Cavern, then I'll do it. But if it's not Cavern, I think I should just... All right, so we'll do Vial on 3 and Vial on 5. Not the most exciting draw. I don't think they'll have 2 Pernicious Deeds, so I'll just play out the other Vial. Okay. So probably get to Edict the Muxus unless I draw a 3-drop here. Oh no, they can push anyway, so... That's really good. Drew Force of Will. Okay. pretty good Muxus for how few goblins I have in my deck. So when they push the Bombardiers, I maybe get a card. Interesting. That's awesome. I'll just throw this vial that I don't need. Discard was really good this game. Oh, so this is like the way to, like, you 1-for-1 with the Blue Elemental Blast without needing to draw like something that will pull it out of their hand. You could just do it directly. That THOUGHTSEIZE was really, really good. And the Cabal Therapy. So I guess they go Bowmasters plus Edict. I'm like a little sad. Okay. Alright, we'll leave Vial on 3. Well, I guess I should have thrown the Vial on 6. That was kind of dumb. Because I don't have any other 6-drops. Vial on 2 could be relevant. They have 1 card. They're dead. Petty Theft. Yeah, sure. I guess I missed a damage there. Oh! Free Bombardiers. So that Horde Master generated a Marauder, which generated a Bombardiers. Just compounding interest. Okay, well, Marauder has done his job. Opponent is dead. Nice. Okay, I mean, I think that was just like double Vial, just like slowly ticking up, and then discard spells, taking my opponent's ability to do anything but like sit on removal in hand and just not present any targets. So like, and I guess the protection for the Murktide as well. So yeah, discard was really, really good that game. And in sort of a, I don't know. Yeah, no, it was just really good. Probably the cleanest argument I could make for the discard spells was that game 2. That game 1 was crazy. The fact that Lackey showed up when I was missing land drops and just like happened to get in, and I just happened to have Muxus in hand. I mean, I did say Lackey would be a good draw when I kept the hand, but I didn't expect that to be true on turn 4. I thought that'd be true on turn 2. Ironically, would have been worse on turn 2 because I would have just lost to the Fatal Push, but they spent the Fatal Push on the Horde Master. They probably shouldn't have done that. They could just take 1 a couple times. Okay. I mean, very unexciting hand. But it'd be a lot better on the play. But, you know, we have a lot of, there's the things, like we've got probably like 20 good draws. And I like 2 looks at 20 good draws. That seems good. All the 1-drops and all the 2-drops. If it's Tournament Tameo, it's bad. Okay, Ponder. Guru Island, to me, is a Storm or Sneak and Show island. It's just the rules. Ooh. How big a soul read do I want to make? I think I'm just gonna lead on Lackey. I'm gonna lead on Badlands in case I want to go Therapy plus Wasteland next turn. Maybe this just gets dazed. This could be Doomsday. Let it resolve. All right. Well. Yep. Okay. I'm probably dead. Probably dead. They just need a cycler or a cantrip to kill me. If that Cabal Therapy was a THOUGHTSEIZE, would I have cast it? Maybe? Opponent made a very fast pile, so I'm assuming I am dead. Alright, so there's Tameos. Alright, they just had LED in hand. Okay. And a Brainstorm? Yeah, okay. Let's just make sure they don't screw up. Look at the pile. So I think they get a daze as well, so kind of, I guess I wouldn't have been dead if they had to daze. Oh, did they mess up? No, they didn't. Okay. So pedal. Oh, they did. Yeah, they did have a daze. All right. Nothing mattered really. Because if I take the turn off to discard, then it's sort of, I guess they maybe lose to the Wasteland. So it's Personal Tutor Doomsday with 2-3 Tameos. Omen of the Sea. How many dazes? That's actually good to know. 1, 2, 3 dazes. Yeah, okay. Alright. So Rebs, Bowmasters, Magus, Flutes. And then I will think about Null Rod and Trashmaster. Files come out. Ringleaders come out. Molten Collapse comes out. Even though it does kill Tameo, we have other options for that. Cut 1 Expert. Probably okay. Like, they're probably boarding in Barrogoyfs, which makes Molten Collapse like actually really good, because then it kills Tameo and Barrogoyf at the same time. But I generally don't lose to the Barrogoyf pivot out of Doomsday, because they don't have enough removal to like make it work. Like Barrogoyf and Lackey just get in staring contests, and like they spent a ritual to get the Barrogoyf into play. Let's do this. And you can usually just kill the Barrogoyf eventually with the Bombardiers. Maybe want Null Rod, but okay. Cabal Therapy into Flute is pretty good. I think I'm just going to Cabal Therapy Brainstorm. Or I could just name Doomsday or Dark Ritual. Or Tameo. There's like a lot of good options here, actually. I'm pretty tempted to name Dark Ritual. 'Cause, 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 'c forcing. Okay, that's kind of awesome for me. That might mean they have like a turn 1 Doomsday, and this flute probably kills them. No. Interesting. Interesting. Drawing the second Wasteland means I want to play the Wasteland, because I might double Wasteland next turn. I'm definitely going to flute end of turn if they don't do anything. No, you should not just like play flute name Doomsday here, because I think that loses. It loses to another counterspell. And if they cast Doomsday, they can't kill you without passing the turn without losing to flute. They would have to like do a cycler pile and LED, and then you just flash in flute. Okay, now I do this. So maybe it's dazed. Also forces them to fetch, which is kind of cool. Okay. We're gonna Matron, get Bombardiers, Flashback Therapy. Do I get Slim Gang instead of Bombardiers? It's like kind of bad to sack the Matron, but I have a second one, so I think it's fine. Another force, holy cow. What are you protecting over there? I mean, it basically has to be Doomsday. Maybe their hand is like 2 Doomsdays? I don't know. They did just Brainstorm, so they could have it on top of their deck. Yeah, let's get Bombardier's hedge against Baragoi. So it's naming either Doomsday or Dark Ritual here. If they were brainstorming to protect from Cabal Therapy, I think it'd be more likely to hide Dark Ritual on top of their deck. Or hide Doomsday on top of their deck rather than Dark Ritual. Damn it. Okay. They hit the Dark Ritual? Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, we can Wasteland them now. They probably take Matron. Yep. Um. Hmm. Forcing them to fetch into the wasteland has value. Pretty sure they're not playing basic swamp. Yeah, they can't even afford to use their fatal push. I think they know this top card. This is tough for them. They need to like, even if they draw ritual here, then like almost any spell I draw kills them. What? All right, that's confusing. Okay. Oh, they wanted revolt. Okay. Okay. Expert is not the spell I'm looking for. Okay. I'll hide my last card. And the question is, do I blast a cantrip? I might blast a brainstorm. True ritual. All right. I think we get 2 turns here. They have no cards in hand. They go to 6. So Bombardiers is lethal. Matron will win the game. Sling Gang. Sling Gang actually also wins the game because I can sack Pilferer. Because I need some time to get a pile with an empty Cavern of Souls. I mean, if I just named Doomsday with Cabal Therapy, obviously wouldn't be in this situation, but I think naming Dark Ritual makes the most sense. I'm surprised they kept the Doomsday in their hand with the Cabal Therapy known about and the like they went Force Pitch Brainstorm on the flute. So they just kind of gave up on protecting against Cabal Therapy. That's like kind of weird. Bitter Triumph. Engineered Explosives. They cut the Tamias. That's kind of wacky. That's like their best card. Okay, not a good draw. Magus wins the game. So their pile is 1 Street Wraith. Man, these draws. If we could deal 1 more damage, the Street Wraith wouldn't be usable, which would probably win the game. Might be dead now. A couple bricks in a row there. Like, yeah. Could that Munitions Expert have been anything else? Could have been a Ringleader, I guess. I didn't expect them to board out the Tamios. Go to 2. Okay. Scry 2, draw a card. I think I'm dead. Because I think I have to rep this. Because otherwise... So they have Edge of Autumn, Oracle. Yeah, I needed a Wasteland or a tiny, tiny bit of damage. Because if I reb this and Oracle's their next card or Edge of Autumn's their next card, then Cavern. Okay, so they have Edge. Yeah, I think I'm dead. Unless they misordered the pile, but... This is a really weird pile to build. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I lost to misnaming with Cabal Therapy, which is maybe a punt, but I also drew pretty bad. Oh, man. Okay. Just needed, I needed 2 damage. We just floated out. So I had 3 Bombardiers, Horde Masters, Marauder. All right, round 3 here, or round 4 rather, technically. Pretty good hand. Ancient Tomb, Grim Monolith. Oh no. This is always bad. Yeah. Infinite mana on turn 1, cool. Karn. Lose the die roll, lose the game. Could, like, maybe wasteland there and hope they have no mana. Like, no other lands. Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do. Seems pretty unlikely to work, though. Yep. Yep. No, that's obnoxious. So now I get, yep. Alright, can pack it in here. Won't cast another spell. I guess I could just get a Lattice Lock next turn anyway. If I had a Fury main deck, maybe, but... Alright, we lost the die roll, so we lost the game. Cool. We do have Null Rod. But Masters is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. These are bad. Don't need ringleaders. Last cuts are kind of tricky. Molten Collapse is nice. Oh, can go Boggart. Maybe one Horde Master. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Wow, that's like the only hand with Null Rod I wouldn't keep. It's frustrating. It's like an insane hand if it has one more land. Okay. Okay. Put back the theater? Or... No, I need to be able to cast. Even though, like, it's my double red. I need to be able to cast Molten Collapse if they play turn 1 Fleshraker. It's, like, not that uncommon. Multi 5, okay. I like my chances against Multi 5. Obviously, turn 1 ring kills me. Well, turn 1 ring, then you wasteland them. Like, they still have to generate another way to stop Lackey from no mana, most likely. So... We do beat turn 1 Karn. No, don't be Kozilek's Command. Feels like Kozilek's Command. Yeah. Such a bullshit card. Insane bullshit card. Okay. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna do something stupid. I'm just gonna... We just can't let my opponent cast a spell next turn. Okay. It's not so scary. Save me, Magus of the Moon. They obviously don't have a Grim Monolith. Okay. What? Well, obviously I regret spending my collapse now, but... You have another Kozilek's Command? Karn. Oh, okay. I really regret spending the collapse now. Draw Bombardiers, we can kill the Karn. Upticks. Okay. Ooh. Actually, This is interesting. I mean, do I throw the Magus? If I'm going to throw the Magus, what's more important to me? Is Surveil or Wastelining them? Probably Surveil, because Wastelining doesn't matter that much with Manifold Key plus Grim Monolith. But do I actually do it? Like, putting the Karn to 2 so it could only downtick is like... I think I do kill the Karn. I have a Wasteland for a Saga, so like... THOUGHTSEIZE. Not the time. Kind of just need my opponent to draw bad.
It doesn't fit in the cookie jar.
Oh, okay. I'm having cookies delivered to me.
Just one.
Thank you. All right, I need you to brick one more turn, and then I can draw a land and win. No! Okay, cool. All right, so I'm not going to fetch here because I want to draw a land. God damn it. I am so dead if they draw One Ring. Or Cosmos Command. Okay. I think I got Sling Gang. Because if they do play One Ring and draw a bunch of cards, I can play Sling Gang and kill them in their upkeep. Alright. Okay. Kind of just run it back and hope we draw Disruption. None of that's Disruption. I mean, we have a Wasteland. We can kill a turn 2 Fleshraker, but it's like not very good. I think we can do better. It's a Flute, no 1-drop. Kind of just have to keep off of Flute, which sucks. It doesn't really work out that often anymore because of Ugin and just like the number of payoffs that deck has. But I don't think I'm going to 5. What am I bottoming on this mulligan? Might be land. Which is like not great. Maybe I'm hoping to draw spells, and I want to be able to use Wastelands if I draw them. But keeping removal for Fleshrakers is good. I could put back the Horde Master. Then I don't have a proactive 2, but I'm going to hold up Flute on turn 2 anyway. And then play Bombardiers kind of no matter what. So I guess I'm putting back Horde Master. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. No key is nice. Let's find Null Rod, huh? Don't love opponent turn 2 untapping with at least 5 mana. Grim Monolith is crazy. Another one. Okay. This card's not okay. It's so not okay. I mean, I have to flute that, but like the flute just like doesn't do anything because it has a fucking triggered ability for no reason. Okay. It's a good draw, I guess. Love a 7-mana planeswalker that you can't Pithing Needle effectively. Whenever you cast a colorless spell, exile up to 1 target permanent. So they can just like cast Kozilek's Command to just kill my Bombardiers. Which feels like it's what's going to happen. Thankfully, they can't untap Monolith this turn. Kozilek's Command here is scry 1, draw a card, make a mana, kill your thing. So ridiculous. I mean, I don't really have a choice. Like I could like hold up Expert, hit Expert for 1, and then Ugin goes to 8. But like, I don't know. If they have Kozilek's Command, I think I'm just screwed. So I think I just can't play around it and hope they just have nothing or they have Dismember. Like waiting doesn't work. Eventually they'll just be able to make another land drop and untap Grim Monolith. And I need to be able to pressure them. I need to be able to go like broadside into Trashmaster and just hope they can't cast a spell for a turn. But it's pretty likely they have Kozilek's Command. I'm just gonna get demolished. Yep. I really do not like this design. Like, what the hell? Yeah. Just why? Just why? I need a Crater Maker. Okay. Honestly, I'm okay with that. Wow. Wow. Oh, that... Jesus Christ. All right. Now I'm getting locked. Well, we all had fun. We all had fun. Alright, I need them to have no spells. 0 spells allowed. 3 lands. That's all you got. 3 lands. Nope. That's not 3 lands. Alright, whatever. Whatever. Yeah, Ugin is not okay. Not okay at all. Turn to Ugin off of Double Grim Monolith. Immediately flute it. Then it just kills everything you play no matter what. I'm not sure what you're supposed to do about that. As like literally any deck that's not a combo deck. Consign the Ugin, I guess. But like once it's resolved, it goes to 9? Like, come on. Can we be reasonable? I mean, if they didn't have the Cosmic Command, I don't know. And then just have 1 ring on top of that. Oof. Tough matchup and really insane card. Alright. I like this hand. 61 cards. This could be oops. So I guess I'm gonna lead on THOUGHTSEIZE. There are some punishes for leading on THOUGHTSEIZE. But it does tell me if this is a lackey game or a vile game. Okay, I'm to 5. I'm definitely THOUGHTSEIZing. To 4. To 3. To 2. This has just gotta be oops. 61 cards, oops. To 2. Just like, has to be oops. Alright, THOUGHTSEIZed. They're gonna concede. Yep. That's fine. It's oops. If it's not oops, egg on my face, but it is. We want Trashmaster for Belcher. Wow, we have a lot of cards to board in. Ghost Vacuum, like, doesn't actually do anything, really. I guess it sort of pulls the trigger on Memory's Journey, which makes Reb doable. Reb usable, rather. So I'll board it in for that reason. I think I'm going to cut the Horde Masters. Our Goblin count is atrocious, but it doesn't really matter because all that Muxus needs to do is put in Sling Gang or Bombardiers and kill on the next turn. So, like, I'm not cutting any of the ways to find those cards. Cabal Therapy alone. What am I even mulliganing to? Like, Fairy Macabre plus Reb? It's like kind of a tall order. They kept 7. I'm super dead. Okay. Well. Fair Macabre plus Wasteland, I guess. Wow, who could have guessed it's oops? Maybe you shouldn't have put back Trashmaster. Maybe put back a Cavern. Fun. I think we actually win here, unless they have another Spirit Guide. Yeah, because they can't cast Memory's Journey this turn. And then we wasteland them. I'll just therapy or just Macabre the Oracle. I guess I can Macabre the Journey. Nothing matters. Thassa's Oracle, Memory's Journey. Unless they have a Spirit Guide. Nope, they don't. I didn't count, but I figured they used 3, so it's unlikely they have another one. I'm amused by the notion that my opponent is losing a game where they didn't know what deck I was on until right now. Like, if they conceded before this Cabal Therapy resolved, Balls of Fire. It's really funny. Good times. Good times had by all. Oopses. Silly. Alright, let's crack our treasure chest. Ooh, Mistrise Village. That might be worth something. Nope. 12 cents. The heck? Frondland, Felidar. 0 cents. Sacred Foundry. 10 cents. 13 cents. Killing it. Okay. Well, that was an okay league. The Doomsday match was super winnable. Like, just naming Doomsday with Cabal Theory. Maybe I just like overthought it. The Cabal Therapy was good against Bug Beans, getting to flashback the take 2 things, flashback on the Horde Master that just would have died to all the removal they were holding. It was actually kind of nice. Had the soul read on the Rakshas's Bargain. Man, that deck, the Tron deck, since now it plays Tron lands, I don't know what you're supposed to do about that. Like, I guess, I mean, THOUGHTSEIZE would have probably won that game, actually. Just THOUGHTSEIZE on Nugan. So, I mean, I don't know if I should be upset that, like, turn 2 Flute on the draw was not sufficient disruption. Like, that can't be that surprising. Notable that the Flute was better than Null Rod would have been. I don't know. Let's run it back. Didn't feel a strong need to change anything. But the discard spells were really good. I think that's sort of like undeniable in those matches. I think the main point of contention will be like, is Cabal Therapy better than the 4th THOUGHTSEIZE? I think it is, but I think it is close. Because if it was, well, in the Doomsday game, if it was THOUGHTSEIZE, it just would have gotten forced and then we move on. So I would have had a Matron in play, but they would have had another Force of Will. Or no, they wouldn't. They wouldn't. Lightwalker. Alright, so this gets Painter. Double Vial. Yeah, I like this hand. Really weak to a Karn, but he doesn't always play Karn. Mountain, Grindstone. Alright, that's always a little scary. The natural Grindstone hands. Land? Alright, so we could die to a painter here if we don't draw another 1-drop or a land. Yeah. The hell? Okay, so now we have to draw a red land. If we draw a red land, or a Skirk Prospector, then we're good. Hoot! Fuck you, deck. Oh, what a troll. What a troll. Alright, I guess we're dead to any mana source. THOUGHTSEIZE. In a theoretical world, I don't want THOUGHTSEIZE. Yeah, natural Grindstone Painter is like the scariest painter draw. Damn. Wasteland would have won the game. Blowing up the vial was really smart from him. Oh wait, no, don't board in Pyroblast. All right, so we got cheesed pretty hard there. I don't love discard against Painter specifically because they have a graveyard recursion. I kind of like the one Ghost Vacuum. It's kind of bad with the Null Rod. Usually go to one Sling Gang. Not sure this is a Marauder matchup. I think I'll cut that. Let's try this. Yeah, I mean that's just a really good hand. Turn 1 Grindstone, turn 2 Painter with Red Blast off Spirit Guide, then Grindstone you. Like, that's actually just generally hard to beat. I guess I guess if you're like Bolt plus Days or whatever, then you're fine, but you need two points of interaction pretty early. Shorter end of keepable. I guess I could have led on Lackey too, but that seems unhinged given how my hand looked. Play Welder. Come on, play Welder. No. God damn it. This is 2 of Grindstone. So I would love to play this file. I guess I can't play this file. Because it means that, I might have to throw everything if he plays a... And I don't... If I don't draw a land, he plays Painter, then I have to like Bombardiers and throw my vial, which sucks. Okay. All right. The natural one-ofs here are really getting me. I think this gets bolted. Or a Skirk gets bolted. It's probably worse for me. Yeah. This sucks. Fable. Yeah. I can expert that at least. Or I could draw a land. Okay. Well, now we get to throw Vial at least. Oh, I missed 1 damage. That was dumb. We'll see if that matters. If you just have Painter, I'm just dead. Okay. Karn. Okay, not the best Karn. Plus on Grindstone. That's pretty good. I want to kill the Grindstone. So... do you have another bolt? Does. Sucks to be me. So I can expert Karn for 4 attack. May or may not trade. It's important. I can't let Karn downtick. I think. Yeah. So yeah, I think I'm doing this. And I'm really hoping to draw a land. Okay. Raucous Theater. Stop it. I mean, I'm glad I'm not drawing it, but... okay. Swamp. Nope. I wanted that. I wanted that really, really badly. Was attacking bad? Maybe attacking was bad. Another Fable. Oh, that sucks. Maybe attacking was really bad. That attack might cost me the game, huh? 2/2s. It sucks. Yeah, okay. I think I just punted by attacking. That was kind of stupid. So dead to Fury here. Okay. Got 1 card. No attacks. Deck, come on. I'm dead to like infinite Kikis now. Probably names Trashmaster. Broadside, okay. Okay, that was the best draw possible, other than Grindstone. Oh, Hordemaster screwed me over pretty badly there. I just like needed to draw that 4th land really badly. I just shouldn't have attacked. That was just bad. I didn't need to trade with the Grindstone. Yeah, that was just really bad. I don't know why I did that. I guess I was scared of Painter off the top, but keeping my like the Lackey as a 2/2 would be so much better. Because then the Lackey's can attack into the Kiki Jiki. Yeah. Got cheesed really hard game 1, so yeah. Could have played a little bit better, but also just like the hands just kind of lined up badly. That's not good. Doomsday, I guess. Whoa. Blue-black Reanimator with Careful Study. Blast from the past. You just have... okay. Well, I got some Wastelanding. You have like no resources? Presumably you take my Thoughtseize. You take the Lackey. Interesting. Might mean your hand is 2 Reanimates. Is that what that means? This is a tricky call. I really want to Wasteland. Either game action here, like either Wasteland or like Thoughtseize is also like if their hand is Daze, they like want to be able to pick up the Undercity Sewers. I think I Wasteland here. I think not taking Thoughtseize is a bait to try to get me to not Wasteland. Yeah. That might have been extremely wrong. I should have taken the enemy dead. Shit. God damn it, I'm an idiot. Wow, I feel dumb. Why'd I do that? Why'd I do that? Did I play the second vial? I think Surveilling's better. Find a discard spell. Okay. Skirk. Skirk's good against Daze. Man, not taking that Animated was really, really dumb. So go Bombardiers, Violent Skirk, Sack Vial. They're at 16. Give me a Cabal Therapy. Why did I take the Dark Ritual? Man, that's just horrible. Pilferer would actually be good here. Expert would be good here, because then I can actually kill the Atraxa. Ooh, Lackey's not bad. Do I throw the vial? I think I do. It makes reanimate worse. Alright, opponent, brick for another turn, please. Okay, kind of played around it. To reanimate. I think we're gonna lose by 1 damage. Animate Dad attracts a THOUGHTSEIZE into him. Wait, they're not allowed to THOUGHTSEIZE me. Okay. You just killed yourself. Okay. Missing onboard tricks, cool. Not even tricks, just like onboard lethal. Alright. That was pretty lucky. Yeah, I guess I'll board in Bowmasters. Do I want Flute? This is a pretty fast Reanimator version with Lotus Petals. Careful Study. So it's more all in on Reanimator. So that makes Flute somewhat appealing. Cut those guys. Seems okay. Like, what am I fluting? Stuff I see with discard spells is, like, not that exciting. I mean, presumably there's Tameo in the deck. I'm not gonna do it. Okay. Might die on turn 1, but you know, it's a good hand. As good as a hand without Fairy Macabre is going to be. Come on. Oh. Okay. Alright, meet Goblin Nike. Force of Will. Alright, sure. Alright. You have the One Ring in your deck? And it's a 5/6 now? That's kind of horrifying. Okay, so my way out of this, 6/7. Jesus Christ. Well, we gotta get a Sling Gang into play. That's how we get out of this. What? Huh? You have Show and Tell as well. What isn't in this deck? This looks like an absolute pile of bullshit. Oh my god. It's so stupid. Oh, maybe I should have blockered. Nah. Okay, let's block. Gain 1,000,000. Ooh, that was bad sequencing. I should have played the fetch. Oh, and you gotta be kidding me. What? Come on. All right, whatever. Whatever. Insane hand. Draw Force of Will blue card, Force of Will blue card with that. We were actually going to win that game. Straight up. Gonna win. Block sack, block sack. Play Marauder, attack. Play Matron, block sack. Get another Sling Gang. Or probably Bogger Trawler. That's ridiculous. Come on, give me a land. Okay. Putting back Matron. It's good against Show and Tell. And I'm gonna lead on Lackey. No fear, no fear, no fear. They're playing the One Ring. They're playing. God damn it. Okay. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance. Okay. Pretty good. Let's get Broadside and a Sling Gang for Show and Tell. Player Vacuum. And hold up Pyroblast. That was a match, I guess. How do they fit all that stuff in there? Like, you're playing Entomb Reanimate package with Animate Deads, Dark Rituals, Lotus Petals, but also Baragoi, Show and Tell. Like, why the Show and Tells? So you playing more, and also Careful Study. Like, how are you? And Force Days. And One Ring. How do you fit all that? Are you just playing 0 removal and like very, very few lands? I guess game 3 would kind of be explained by very few lands. And game 1, honestly. Considering we just won off of the single Wasteland. Well, not exactly. Zeal from Coney. Alright, so this is a known control player. This Mux is kind of awkward. I do like double Hordemaster, though. I think I'm gonna mulligan, though. It's just like the fact that we only have 2 lands. Yeah, this is better. I think we're gonna lead on Wasteland. So that I can surveil on 2. Because if I fetch, then I can't do that. And I don't have a turn 2 play, otherwise I had a reasonable, like I'd have to draw a red source in order to go to Expert on turn 2. Oh, not Shunt, or not Control. That makes me sad. Alright. Looks like Show and Tell. Expert, not a good draw. Looking for a discard spell. Hordemaster? You know what? We'll do Hordemaster. If this is Show and Tell, I don't have Show and Tell this turn. Might as well just attack. Not going to throw the vial because I need it. Do I leave it on 2? I might leave it on 2. Which kind of sucks, but... Stock up? Probably dead no matter what. Let's just put in the expert. It's omniscience every time anyway. Okay, mono blue Omnitel. Should be a good matchup for this build, actually. That's a lot of stock ups. Something tells me opponent will not whiff. Okay. Just want to see the Cunning Wish kill here. Alright. Shared summons. Sure. Oh, I should have let them cast a Traxa. See more of the deck. Yeah, because I don't know if I want to build board in Marauder or not for potential One Rings. Do I leave in Molten Collapse? I could board in Aura just for petals, if nothing else. It's not like Expert does anything. Collapse kills Atraxa, and I guess kills played out petals, which like maybe barely matters. Is reducing Goblin count, which does matter. I like leaving in one expert in the deck for Atraxa, but given that it's mono blue Omnitel, I feel like it's so unlikely that it's just a creature coming in. I'm gonna do that. I don't think Collapse is gonna do anything. Sure. Kind of showing the weakness of Pilferer. Maybe this is kind of a sus hand, to be honest. Because I'm kind of priced into just playing Marauder on turn 2. And I don't have Show and Tell covered. Bombardiers. Yeah, I just need to have no fear. I don't have any 0 mana things to put into play off of Marauder, so I'm just going to play it. If I hold up Reb, I'm just never deploying another threat. I have to get this Marauder into play. And if he has turn 2 Show and Tell, then I'll die. Sure. You just like can't sit back and just be like plinking in for 1. This bodes poorly. Oh, okay. All right. Chances of winning have skyrocketed. Ponder Shuffle. Preordain, okay. So we're looking for discard spells off of these Marauder triggers. Ooh, hello. That's actually so good with Pilferer. Land is nice. Lackey is great. All right, those were all really good. Draw 2 cards. All right, let's Cabal Therapy first. Double Show and Tell. Okay, how about this Cabal Therapy? let's take... I don't think Intuition does anything with 2 show and tells in the graveyard. So I'm going to take Omniscience. Yep. God damn, that Cabal Therapy was good. I think we just save Reb for Bombardiers. So if we Bombardiers attack, put in Lackey, or put in Ringleader, it's 4, 5, 5 plus 6. I think it's a 2-tune clock either way. So I'm not sure it matters, to be honest. So I guess I'll keep it because it's just a decent card. Drew Force of Will, pitch Cunning Wish, okay. That's kind of funny. Now my opponent can't cast Intuition at the end of turn here. Put in Bombardiers. And THOUGHTSEIZE. Holy cow, Marauder was good. Oh my god. Oh man. Alright, alright. Well, that seemed awesome. Let's just do that again. Nora doesn't seem like I would want it. Especially on the draw. What are these? Like, I feel like the chances my opponent just goes Show and Tell Atraxa, and I like put in Muxus and then Molten Collapse the Atraxa is like higher than a Null Rod doing anything. Seems okay. Or maybe I just want Vials. I don't know. It's pretty marginal either way. Would have been a good one-liner, but double Rab we'll keep, and we'll pitch the Wasteland because it seems they are completely mono blue. Ooh. Ooh. I'm going to play the fetch, I'm going to pass, and then I'm going to Cabal Therapy Show until next turn. Stock up. I'm going to Reb stock up. Can't, like, the way Omnitel works is it requires a bunch of cards to do its combo. Because you need Show, Omni, and Payoff. Spell Pierce, sure. Got a 2-for-1 there. So now we Cabal Therapy Show and Tell. Boggart, okay. Oops. Another stock up. That's a little scary. Draw Brainstorm. Ooh. Okay. So we Reb this, and then we Cabal Therapy, take Show and Tell. Maybe I should have played my Could have saved myself a Surveil. Force, pitch, Cunning Wish. Okay. Kind of guess they don't have the Lotus Petal in their hand anymore. Hmm. What am I getting here? I wonder if... No, it can't be Marauder because I'm flashing back Cabal Therapy. So they have Omni Emrakul. Could just be Bombardiers. They are at 14. Then... It's close. It's close. Okay. So... Alright, I mean, that's a pretty scary situation, actually. Because they can brainstorm into Show and Tell Omniscience here, and I lose. Whiffing on the Cabal Therapy is pretty bad. Maybe I should have taken Omniscience. No! Oh, okay. Still bad for me, but... And they have the land. They have Brainstorm. Cavern doesn't really do anything. Maybe punted this. Do I have to bluff having Reb and a third Reb? I don't know if they're going to play around a third Reb. Yeah, maybe naming Show and Tell was just wrong. I don't know. I'm going to play Boggart and Wasteland him. Yep. So if they find the Show and Tell here, I am dead. Okay. The pedal's really bad. One collapse. Well, you're not better or worse than anything else, really. Let's go to... If I sack to put them to 2. Kind of makes Ancient Tomb not a draw. If they need to like stock up into Ancient Tomb, something like that. I think it's probably correct. Or like 2 fetches. Oh, I'm dead. Shit. Oh, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. Yeah. Misnamed on the Cabal Therapy. Ah! Okay, could have played that better. Should have been a really good matchup, but I think I just kind of got overconfident. And yeah, the therapy I should have just named a card that I know they had. I should have named the Omniscience. That was actually dumb. I matron for Muxus. I matron for Muxus and named Omniscience. That was, yeah, that's like absolutely the correct line. Because then they can't cast Show and Tell, putting Emrakul without losing to the Muxus like most of the time. And then it even gives me a small chance to win if they like can still Omni, but I draw, but the Muxus flips Sling Gang. Okay, yeah, that's like the obviously correct answer. Okay. I will reluctantly keep this. I also maybe shouldn't have spent my Reb on the other stock up. I could have sat on it. Feels like you're supposed to Reb stock up though. Oh, am I about to get chaliced? Thought casted. Oh boy. Don't play turn 1 run. Okay. Okay, well, hope this THOUGHTSEIZE is good. Land is very bad. Okay. Well. Need to draw some threats real quick before my opponent draws anything at all. Because they have infinite mana next turn. They don't play the engine? That's crazy. Wastelining doesn't really do anything. Are they holding up Hardcast Force of Will, maybe? Mm-hmm. All right. So I need to kill them as soon as possible. Nothing else matters. It's just the top decks and my speed. Bombardiers counts. This probably gets forced. Yep. All right, opponent, you're allowed to draw Grim Monoliths and Keys and Moxen and lands. That's it. No. Come on. All right, well, that's game. My draw is not helping me out either. So I need them to draw 3 cards and whiff on any spell. Seems unlikely. fucking wondering, man. All right, Norad should kind of just win the game, though, against this version. Okay. All right. Also, Reb being good against them is a big upgrade compared to... wow, we have a stacked sideboard for this deck. Okay. Don't mind my chances so much. Do I want Pyrokinesis? I'm not sure I do. It's like just Emery. Don't really need Horde Masters. All right. THOUGHTSEIZE plus Reb is pretty good. Trash Master coming up. And will I lead on Swamp? Or will I fetch? I think I lead on Swamp, even though it could cause problems later. Well, problem is, well, no. I'll lead on Swamp. That's all right. That's kind of obnoxious. Gotta take that. Okay. Okay. Kind of hoping a Bowmaster will pull Stockcast? Stock up. I'll flash in Bowmaster now. Because I need to use my mana efficiently. I want to get a threat down. They don't want to force pitching Paradoxical Outcome, obviously. If I Reb there, they just... I guess they force... I don't know, actually. I might have been wrong. But getting the Bowmasters down through the Force of Will is really nice. Oh, and they whiffed on land. Ooh, you're pretty good. Trash Master next turn. So I'll probably just cast Expert end of turn here. If they don't force me to Reb. If they cast like an Emery, I can just Expert that. Nothing. Okay, so we're doing this. I'm just going to blow up that Seed of the Synod. Where am I? Let's attack. Let's do it. Kind of hard for them to get out of this now. Okay. Good to know about Hydroblast. They're just so far away from PO. I think I'm still safe enough to Bombardiers this turn. I'll throw the army maybe. Let's see. Let's do the math. 4 + 2, 6. Attack for 3. So it is actually lethal next turn if I throw this. Nice. Okay, that went well. Opponent's being polite. Do I want any of these other cards? Not really. Okay, seems like a little bit weak, but Reb and Wasteland are my most important cards. I can cast Reb off of Skirk if I absolutely have to. Surveilland stuck in my hand again, which seems to keep happening today. Okay, nothing too crazy. Turn 1. Bombardiers, okay. Just gonna play my Skirk. Tempted to Wasteland the Seat because of Mox. But Wastelanding without pressure is a really good way to lose to Urza Saga. Though I haven't seen it in their deck, but I assume it's there. Hey. Look at me. Ooh, hello, Mr. Trashman. Okay. Alright, let's get this. Well, yeah, I should just play the tap land. Get it out of here. I'll keep another land, I think. Do I? So what am I doing? I'm going... Okay, yeah, I'm going Expert plus hold up Reb next turn, and then hopefully Trashmaster on 4, blow up the Sea of the Synod. Kind of feels like my opponent is sitting on a Hydroblast. Because, like, they're just, like, doing nothing. And if my read is Hydroblast... Ooh. it actually makes more sense to attack first. Because I'm going to be sacking both of these. Or, no, I'm not actually. Well, yeah, okay. Let's attack first. It's 2 damage instead of 1. If I don't have it, it does cost me 2 damage, but I really think they do. I could also rev the Hydroblast. I didn't have it. Okay. If we get to untap, we just like can't lose. Opponent cast no spells. This game's kind of rough. Not gonna get too fancy. I could sack my Trash Master, put them to 1. But okay. Final match. Let's try to get 2 3/2s. Should be so. The records with this deck have been 3/2, 4/1, 4/1, 3/2 last league, and this is hopefully a 3/2. We'll see how we finish out. All right, final round. Another 61 cards, huh? It's good hand. Good hand. Say oops again. Both leagues end with oops. Kind of funny. Oh, it's depths. Based on my opponent's match history. Hand's pretty good against depths. I'm going to lead on Vial. Though, Lackey off with Hordemaster. Emerald 4. I mean, maybe it is oops now. My hand is very obviously better with Vial. I think the only way I'm going to lose, assuming this is depths, would be if my hand is rendered non-functional somehow. So that would assume a Lackey gets plowed. Yeah, let's do Vial. I'm up so many cards by default from the mulligan that I don't need to rush the game. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to Wasteland, and I'm not going to play Hordemaster because I don't want my opponent to be able to plow the Hordemaster and then Reclaimer, like Greenson for Reclaimer, and then block the lackey was my concern. And I feel like that'd be a very common sequence. Kind of want to wasteland their flagstones. And then wasteland the thing they get. Because they're gonna plow lackey and then get Savannah. Nah, that's stupid. Don't do that. It's bait. Okay. All right. A little bit of free win there. Bowmasters doesn't really do anything. Ghost Vacuum is like not bad actually because it shrinks the Reclaimers and the Knights. They might have Loam in their deck, and then it's basically a late game Muxus that lets all your dudes block Marrow Age. Flute's good. I think I'll do these 6. And then the bad cards, I think I'll shave on discard. I don't think discard's terrible, but I don't think it's great either. It's good against crop rotation, which is otherwise hard to interact with, but they played the board pretty heavily. Molten Collapse is going to be good. Marauder should be good. Not really a ringleader matchup. I'm going to shave a lackey or 2. It's very hard to push lackey through in this matchup. Okay, let's try that. Vile THOUGHTSEIZE Pyrokinesis. Yep. Very weak to okay. Okay. Am I getting basic swamp? That would kind of suck. But I think I have to. And I will let them untap this Reclaimer, I think. That is maybe really bad, but... The problem with, like, I just lose to Collect Roof if I, Ooh. That's pretty good here. At least not punished for not killing this immediately. Okay, thank God. They are going to Beseiju me. Also, would have lost a Wasteland. It's kind of a tough spot now. I think I'm sitting on the Pyrokinesis again because if they Beseiju my Vial, then they're not activating Reclaimer still. And I would much prefer to, like, they could also just, like, play a Knight here. Take 8. Respect it. Okay. Yep. And we'll get a basic. And now do this while they're... So I don't take unnecessary damage. If they have another Reclaimer, then sucks to be me. God damn it. They're just gonna wasteland me. I think I saved the land. So if I draw Bombardiers. Okay, dead to crop rotation and dead next turn. Okay, attack kind of screams crop rotation. Oh, okay. All right, Bomba, Bomba. Punished. Don't think I have any outs now. Okay, definitely can't beat that. They have a lot of artifact hate. That's kind of interesting. Makes Ghost Vacuum a lot less appealing. Makes Lackeys a lot better. Also, Sylvan Library makes Lackey a lot better. Yeah, let's do this. Maybe I want another THOUGHTSEIZE. Okay, I'm gonna totally eat shit to Force of Vigor, but I guess I could Flute Force of Vigor. Seems kind of dumb. Maybe like get to 3 mana and blow up my stuff and leave the Flute that doesn't do anything in play. Like Flute, man, Flute plus Force of Vigor. I'm not sure what I'm naming with this Flute. Might just like be forced to name Reclaimer, which kind of sucks. Because you end up having to kill it anyway because of the 3/4. Alright, maybe they just force of will this one vial. That feels like it's happening. Nice. Oh, they pitched Reclaimer. That's so good for me. Holy cow, it's good for me. Ooh. Ooh. Probably wastelanding on their upkeep. Oh, geez. All right. All right, I'm gonna Flute crop rotation. Nice. All right. Opponent did not want to play anymore. Okay, that was a pretty cool league. Lost to Painter, which I think was pretty unlucky in how that played out. And then I kind of messed up against Show and Tell with the Cabal Therapy. That's the thing, I'm not that used to playing discard, and there's been a couple instances in these two leagues where I think I've taken the wrong card or just named the wrong card. So, I mean, I guess there's some argument that naming the wrong card with Cabal Therapy cost 2 games this league, and in doing so cost 2 matches. Though in game 2 against Show and Tell, I took 2 Show and Tells with the first Cabal Therapy. The Cabal Therapy is really good in that spot. So lost 2 games, won 1 game, and then it was good against Beans as well. So it's sort of 50-50. It was definitely better than a THOUGHTSEIZE would have been against Beans. That's a close call. Everybody else got to shine a bit, I would say. I guess we didn't really run into any ringleader matchups, but I think it was just like we played against a bunch of big mana decks. We didn't play against Tempo. I guess ringleader isn't really there for. I mean, it's good. It's weird. Ringleader's good against blue black and Grixis, and then bad against Rug and blue red, just because of how the games play. Because the Rug and blue red decks are so much more aggressive and the games end much faster. Goblin count is not very good, but the key cards are still there. Pilferer was not good in the combo matchups, where we just like wanted a turn 1 threat that like could carry, but like the thing is there's no turn 1 threats that carry other than Lackey. Closest thing is Grease Wrench, just because it has 2 power, and so it does present like a reasonable amount of pressure. I'm a chest opening addict. Save me 45 play points. Okay. Wouldn't mind a Crater Maker in the deck if I keep playing against these artifact strategies. Not sure what I would cut for it. Marauder was good. Marauder was really, really good in that second Show and Tell game, especially. Yeah, I think deck looked pretty decent in those games. I think there were like 2 losses that were winnable. And the Painter, the cards just didn't line up right for me. I actually punted right. I attacking with the Horde Master cost me the game. Because if the Lackey and the Expert were 2/2, and obviously it's like variance that I exiled my 4th land off the top of my deck, that I needed to cast Trash Master. But absent of that, it was still a mistake, and then the mistake was just compounded by the variance that happened. So it just like made the outcome more extreme. All right, I'm gonna call it there. Thank you all for watching. I hope that I can start making, I have the motivation to make videos again. This was fun, so I didn't get really frustrated or anything. So that's a good sign for me continuing to make stuff. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.